Rentman makes it easier to manage your event rentals and productions. In Rentman, you can bring together your resources, schedules, documents, and communicate with customers and crew. That way, you can keep track of what needs to be done for each event and easily plan and communicate the next steps. This video will give you an introduction to how Rentman can help you streamline your operations and provide overviews for your planning and finances. Speaking of overviews, the dashboard is the perfect place to get a quick impression of what's going on. The dashboard is fully customizable by adding widgets for each user so that the crew can only see what is important to them. On the left-hand side, you will see each and every module. In this video, we will show you around using equipment from an example database. However, if you're new to using Rentman, the first order of business will be to remove the existing data with a click of a button and add or import your equipment, crew members, contacts, and vehicles. Once your data is in place, it's time to start your planning by starting a new project. You can duplicate a project from the past or add a new project. When starting a new project, you can create a blank project or use a project template which you have set up for yourself. In this instance, we will select the standard 2-day production template and select the new start date. Since we have selected the project template, most of our data is already populated in this project, as you can see here. This makes it perfect for recurring or similar projects. Starting a new project, of course you want to make sure to add a relevant name. You'll also find your project statuses. Our project is brand new, so it's in concept. However, once you quote, it will be pending, and once your customer accepts, it will be confirmed. Make sure to add a customer and location so you can easily quote and calculate transport costs. You can also manage your tasks, notes, and files on a project level so everything can be kept in one place and the whole team knows what needs to be done. The most important part of the project is the time schedule, which we can find in the next tab. Every project needs a planning period and usage period, as these are the two core times for Rentman. The planning period determines the availability of your equipment, whereas the usage period is the amount of days that your customers will be invoiced for. Adding other times in the schedule can help with planning equipment and crew later on. Moving on to the equipment tab of our project allows us to plan the items we need for this project. As you can see, our equipment is already set due to the project template we have selected. Your entire inventory is visible on the left-hand side, and you can easily add items to their groups by searching and double-clicking. If you need to see the availability of specific equipment, select an item, click the clock icon to open the equipment availability timeline. In the timeline, you can easily see how many you have to plan on future projects versus what is already confirmed in the warehouse. Rentman allows you to plan your equipment on unconfirmed projects, which is also why some items are marked in red. There simply isn't enough of them for this time period. To fix these shortages, we have a few options. The first would be to check if there is an alternative equipment item you can select. If there is, click it to add it. If no alternatives are available, you can reserve the items manually on a project by selecting it in the timeline. If you find you need to subrent your items to solve shortages, you can subrent inside the project or view all shortages in the subrent module. In the subrent module, you'll find an overview of all subrental projects in progress. In the subrental submenu, you will find shortages. Here, you can quickly see all equipment across every project that has shortages. You have the possibility to subrent items across multiple projects from the same supplier. This creates a subrental project, which you can handle further by adding supplier details and emailing a subrental request. Even though you are subrenting across multiple projects, it is important to note your cost of subrenting will be calculated back to each individual project, giving you the most accurate financial view. Heading back to our project, we can also take another look at our equipment and how it gets combined. Combining of items in Rentman is possible in 4 different ways. You can rent items together in a flexible kit, in a non-flexible case, or be prompted to add accessories once you add an item. Accessories can be optional or mandatory. The 4th way is, in fact, a project template which we have already used. Before planning the crew, we need to make sure to include the costs for job functions needed for this project so they can be added to the quote. In the Crew and Transport tab, enter the crew and transport functions which need to be filled later by crew members and vehicles. Make sure to organize by the time schedule you need so you can easily plan a crew on these times. To plan your crew, open the Crew Planner. In the Crew Planner, you can see the functions for projects we need to plan on. Select the function to see each crew member highlighted in different colors depending on their availability on the left-hand side. You can double-click on a crew member to plan them on that function. Change their planning as needed with the click and drag. We don't send notifications for change planning in case a lot of changes occur in a short time. If you need to communicate the planning, click on the Send Planning button to send the current planning to crew members. Anyone marked in white means we are not sure if they are available. We can invite them by asking their availability or directly planning them when they accept. Now that we have reserved some crew members, we also want to make sure to send that quote so we can fully confirm our project. Enter the financial section of your project and select Add Quotation. Once all the information is correct, click Generate to choose the right letterhead and template, and finally view your document. You are in charge of what is shown here and can fully customize your documents and letterhead in the configuration module. No need to download the file, as Rentman allows you to email your quote right away. Click the envelope to send the quotation via email. Your customer can then digitally sign the quote to immediately confirm the project. Rentman also includes an iOS and Android app. With it, all of your crew members and freelancers can access your Rentman workspace with set permissions, so they see exactly what you need them to. This is important in the warehouse module, as your crew members and warehouse crew can execute projects while on the move in the warehouse. Once that time comes, your crew can open up the project in question on the computer or mobile app and book equipment by scanning QR codes or booking the packed equipment. Scanning is very beneficial, so you can track equipment on an individual level and always know where your equipment is. You also have the option to swap the equipment for alternatives or add additional equipment on the spot before sending on location. After the project is complete, your crew can scan the equipment back in and mark any damaged or lost equipment during that project. Just in case wrong or missing equipment was added to the project, you still have time to make sure everything is correct. When booking back, you also have the opportunity to evaluate each item for damages. In the warehouse, you can mark equipment as defective or lost to make sure your availability stays accurate. All damaged or lost items can be managed further in the maintenance module.